Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Captain's log. Stardate 2025. Everything's fucked. Hello my 3 million subscribers. I figured I might try something new. I wanted to do a video for a while now. Not really for anyone more so than myself. Life is kind of pretty quick, so I wanted, I guess, to leave a few videos of my last moments here on this pile of shit planet. And what I'd like to achieve for what remainder of time I have left. Doing videos has always been a shitty challenge. Coordinating things right, sounding coherent, which in my wheelchair, my pain levels are so high that it's extremely difficult to focus, which always results in a frequent word salad. Not to mention breathing with a fucking vacuum attached to me. Got a jaw that opens 3 centimeters. Fuck, life is fun. So here we are, recording from my bedside where I spend most of my time. I've always been very reluctant to show this side of myself. Can my vulnerable state? Can my, all my videos? Can I always pick myself come to action hero status? Ego perhaps, or maybe just to express how I wanted people to see me rather than the latter. So here we go. Blabbering bullshit, episode 1 I guess. Life has been really fucking mental these past few years. Too much for someone already fucking challenged. Over the past year I've done a lot of reflecting on myself. My past, my future, my views, my place in the world. It's definitely been a rocky road to get to this final time of calm and acceptance. I would not go as far as to say guess content, but merely a feeling of inner peace. Not much more could really be taken from me now. After airsoft was over, it was a struggle time to find the next big thing, while simultaneously going batshit crazy, trying to cope with my lungs taking a shit. I revisited an old childhood favourite hobby, Warhammer, which is really exciting. Got enjoyable for a while, up until the frustration got off being able to actually do it started. Yeah, I forgot I actually needed hands for that too. But hey, at least I got a dream battlefield scene made and a few awesome Space Marines done. Still, I adore the lore. I even visited Warhammer World, which was just really fucking cool. I tried being more social and outgoing, but my voice is now completely lost its power, which causes huge social anxiety and social avoidance. That was a real bitter one to swallow, especially after a close friend recently died, after I always kept pushing him off meetups prior to his unexpected death. God, I'm sorry Ross, buddy. Guess I know I said I would make a video about you. God, someday I still might, but my videos are pretty awful. God, for now I couldn't produce what you deserve, and I dare not try. One of my newfound focuses came last year. Got over fascination of time. My interest started with my inquisitive childhood. Intrigue on ancient Egypt, to which for a whole year I studied the mainstream narrative day and night. But the end result being somewhat disappointing. No mystery, everything solved, got nothing more to discover. Just perfectly built colossal structures, tribute to kings and other dickhead-like politicians. Got no logical sense to what or why. But then later I took a step back. Cause somehow I started listening to serious, level-headed speakers like Graham Hancock, later following other great minds like Ben Van Kerwick, Jimmy Corsetti, Randall Carlson, and many historians and explorers go back as far as ancient Greece. people with compounding evidence of a much more radical opinion to a more mysterious, exciting story of our past. Just look now at Egypt. They found kilometers deep, huge underworlds underneath the fucking pyramids of Giza. Not to mention the hundreds, if not thousands of huge underground installations all over Egypt, let alone many other parts of the world. Our understanding of written history is becoming undone. A new history has been fought for. As maybe some of you saw in my last video, I really wanted to go to Egypt. God, I really wanted to go to Egypt. I still do. But over the last year I have tried so hard. I contacted every shipping company, the Irish and Egyptian embassies, got the consulate, even my own politicians, considering they were only got a brown-nosing seminar recently, where both countries' leaders were probably just posting who fucks their people, got their country the most. You know, after a year of getting 0 responses, I've given up for now. And so I think this is a nice place to leave it. Till the next episode on God Lost My Shit. Maybe you will join me